Hi, this is David Wood from SolutionBox and CoachMBA.com coming at you from the rice fields in Bali with a really important short video. This one's about how to get clients without rejection, and in fact, how to actually have clients approach you. In this short video, you'll learn why coaches fail at converting clients and how to create your client conversion machine so clients actually approach you. Big difference, right? Now, coaches are facing a huge problem in getting paying clients. Here's the standard client conversion model. You invite someone to do a free consultation, and then during that consultation, you convert them to being a client. Okay? All well and good, and it actually works, but here's the problem. Coaches are failing to convert. They're failing to even get people into their free consultations. They get stuck on the invitations. And here's why. They feel awkward inviting people to a consultation. And part of it is you're saying, oh, do a free coaching session with me, no strings attached, but you really mean I want you to sign up with me and pay money, and they can feel it. Coaches feel icky about hitting up their friends for coaching, like maybe they'll feel some salesy pressure. It just feels kind of awkward. They're worried they'll be seen as selling instead of offering a really powerful service. The prospect may feel obligated. They may feel that if they do a half-hour, 60-minute session with you, that they have to sign up, so they don't even want to say yes. So they're hesitating to even agreeing to a phone call. It feels like it might be too big a step, and they're not inspired or enrolled yet, so why would they say yes to a phone call? So coaches keep hearing no to invitations, and then if they get the consultations, often they're hearing no to the consultations. So you see, it's actually 3 skills in one when you invite someone to a free consultation. What you want to be doing is serving them in that 5-minute phone call where you invite them to the consult. You want to enroll them in that 5-minute phone call, and you want to pre-qualify them. Like, do they have the money to afford you? Are they interested in coaching? Are they ready to start now? And as you may have worked out, that's hard to do in 5 minutes on the phone. Some people don't even have 5 minutes to talk to you. It's actually harder to sell free sessions than you might think. And if you've tried this, you know what I'm talking about. So this is a big problem for coaches. Getting stuck on the invitations. What if there was a simple way, an automated way, to have people approach you? An automated way that you could serve them, offer something of value, to enroll them and to pre-qualify them all at the same time so that you get hot leads ready for coaching. The only people you speak to on the phone are people who've come to you and said, I want a free session and I already know what I want to work on with you, and yes, I'm a good candidate as a coaching client. Can you imagine that? Well, it's possible. I call it your client conversion machine, how to get clients without rejection. So instead of trying to do this in 5 minutes, the serving, the enrolling, and the pre-qualifying, when you call all your friends and colleagues and say, hey, do you want to do a free session with me? I want to offer you this valuable thing for free. Instead of trying to do that, here's what you do. You have your client coaching conversion machine do it for you. So instead of, and I'll go back, instead of the enthusiastic invite to a free consultation, instead you make a cool offer to your client conversion machine, and then you let that do the work for you. And then once they're hot and ready for you, they do the free consultations, and then bang, it's very easy to have them become clients. So there's no selling, no salesy pressure, no pressuring your friends, and no rejection. Just value, offering value. Now, I'm going to give you the exact steps for how to do it. Here's what this machine can look like for you. I'll tell you how to create it on your own, and I'll tell you how you can use mine if you want to go that path. Save yourself the trouble. Okay, so first, you don't call it your client conversion machine to them. You're not going to send them to your client conversion machine. To them, you call it something like a free goals report or a life strategy report or, my life quiz or something like that. A tool that provides them with value. You send them to this tool instead of saying, hey, you want to do a call with me, send them to the tool, and here's what you do in the tool. Firstly, you serve and inspire. Have them work out what they might want in their life. Then it's much easier to have a coaching consultation with them. So I start with questions like, how would you rate your life out of 10? Give them some different areas that they can rate. What are you tolerating in your life? What are you loving in your life? These are standard coaching questions. And then, most important, what are 3 things you could work on in the next 6 months that would make a big difference to your life? So you're serving them and inspiring them with these questions. Then I like to ask them, how do you sabotage yourself? Or what gets in the way? What's in the way of you having that? So they realize that there's a problem, there's a block. Because usually there is, or they'd have it already in their life. And then, here's where you enroll. And you're already enrolling them in coaching with you by inspiring them in their life. So now they're excited. Boy, I want a dream home, or I want a relationship, or I want a new career with higher income. So that's part of enrollment. And then have them think about coaching. You do this automatically in the form. I ask them in my form, what's a structure you'll put in place? And as one of the structures, I suggest coaching. So they start thinking, oh yeah, what am I going to do to actually have this in my life? I ask them, if you did have a coach, see, low pressure, right? If you did have a coach, what would you most likely get from the coaching? So now they're starting to think about coaching without you selling them on anything. And here's where you get to the pre-qualification. You want to kind of screen them to find out if they're the right candidate for coaching. I ask them, if you did decide to work with a coach, what would probably be the best time for you to start? You don't want someone who's going to start 6 months from now. You want someone ready to start now. And another screening question I ask is, given what these goals are worth to you, what value would you get from investing in a coaching relationship to actually have these goals be a reality? And there you can suggest your fees or your range of fees, the lower range for people who are in trouble financially to the higher range. That's really important. If they say, I don't think it could be worthwhile, maybe you don't want to do a consult with them. If they say, yeah, it's a no-brainer or it's a stretch but okay, great. They've seen your fees. They've thought that maybe coaching could be worth that. So this is very important to also have them start thinking about working with you and paying money. And it's all very low key. Now, once you've done those things, ask them some questions like, I give them the option, please send my customized goals report. Of course they want you to send them their goals report. They've just put in all that information. And that can just regurgitate to them their answers. Here's what you said you want to achieve. Here's your sabotage, and here's some advice. You might do that. Oh, and by the way, if you're thinking, how am I going to do this? You're like, how do I do this form? I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you how you can do it yourself, and how you can use mine. So don't worry about that right now. Free burst of cyber coaching or free burst of coaching. Now, this is really important. I would like to receive feedback coaching on my goals report. Please send my referring coach, David Wood, or you would have your name in there, a copy of my goals report and contact details. This is so important. By them clicking yes, and you probably want to have this pre-checked, by them clicking yes, they're saying, I want a complimentary session with you. I want you to give me a review of these goals. See, now they're inspired and enrolled. They've got something like worth talking about, and they just click, yes, please, I'd like that. They're approaching you by using this form. And now you may have sent them the invite to this free cool tool, but you haven't offered them coaching. Now they're saying, please give me a session. Big difference to just saying to people, come and talk with me on the phone. I won't pressure you, really. All right, and then what I do is I give them a reminder service. This will automatically remind them in 30 days. It's pretty ninja, but you don't have to, you could skip that bit. And then get down their details. And in my form, I actually give them an option, or people who want to use my form can put their newsletter name right in here in a checkbox, so that the prospect can say, oh, and please subscribe me to your newsletter. Yeah, I'd like to get it. So you can get newsletter subscriptions this way as well. I'm very passionate about this method because I think it's brilliant. I think every professional should be using this type of method as a lead capture client conversion machine. So that's how it looks. When they fill this in and they click send a free report, it actually generates a report for them, and gives them a graph showing them their wheel of life, shows them all their answers. It's a really nice thing that they can actually print out and put on their wall. It also, and so you can have your programmer do this, it also sends me a copy if they've given permission and said they want a session. It gives me a copy of their report and gives me their contact details. So I can call them straight away and say, hey, I just got your form, looks awesome, love to give you a free review on that. And you know what, we can just leave it at that at the end, or if you'd like coaching support, I can tell you about my programs and how that works. Now, before I tell you how to create or get your own form, here's a little primer on how you would drive traffic to the form, right? Because you're probably thinking, all right, I got this amazing tool, where do I get the traffic? Well, if you have a newsletter list, then great. Send this out to your newsletter list. Put a little ad in there or send a dedicated email blast. It's something like, find out your goals in 2015, free tool. Or what I like to do, what I do with my form is it's $9.95, but if they're referred by a coach, then the fee's waived. So they're getting actually something of value for free. If you've got an email list, your friends and colleagues, you have emails of people, just send it out. Ideally put their first name in it. Say, hey, Brad, I thought you'd like this. Find out your goals in 2015. Takes 5 minutes and it could actually change your life. It really could. This process has really changed my life in 2015. Facebook ads, you could do that. Facebook and Twitter, just do a post. Hey, I got this awesome free goals report. It costs $9.95, but use this link and it's free. And let me know what you discovered for 2015. Facebook and Twitter. You can be constantly doing this. Your business card, put it on the back, big letters, with a link to your quiz. If you're networking with people, give them this and say, instead of saying, here's my card, say, hey, you know what? I invite you to fill this in today. It takes 5 minutes, can change your life. Fill this in today. Or you're just bumping into somebody, or you meet someone at the store and you like them. You say, you know what? Why don't you fill this in today? It normally costs about $10, but it's free if you use this link for the next few days. And this is a wonderful thing. Instead of inviting people to a coaching session, it gives you an alternative, much easier sell. Your signature on forums and blogs. Go and post on blogs. Go and comment. Go and be active in forums and in Facebook groups. And in your signature, just below it, have a little link. Say, get your free goals report or your free life strategy session in 5 minutes or less. Give them the link to your quiz. All right, so how to create your own form. Go on to elance.com, and for maybe minimum $300, I'd say, and up to say $2,000, you can have a programmer create this form for you. You can give them this video and say, I want something that does this. Now, if you want to save yourself some headaches and some money, I've done it for you. You're very welcome to use my form. In fact, I spent about well over $10,000 now, I would say, and over 4 years in creating my form in a way that you can take it and brand it. So if you want to change the logo up the top from Coach MBA to your logo, put in your name, put in your newsletter, it's going to look like your form. And then when people actually fill it in and say they want a review by the coach who referred them, it'll send you an email saying, here are their details, they're ready, call them and have the free consult, convert them into being a client. So you're welcome to do that. About now, there's probably a link appearing below this video. And it's going to be $147 a month. And I priced that so that you get 1 or 2 clients in a whole year. And you should be getting several a month if you're sending it to enough people. But there's 1 or 2 a year and you've gotten your money back. But because I'm relaunching this product now, it's like under $50. It's something ridiculous. So if that calls to you, click the link, go and get it, and let me know how you go with all these reports. Okay, so whether you create your own form with a programmer on elance.com, or whether you use my form and you can be up and running within probably 10 minutes, you can have a quiz ready and have it posted on Facebook. I'd love you to provide a comment. And this is the way that I see the impact my videos are making. You can anchor for yourself what you learned and other people can learn. What's the number one thing in this video that stood out for you, that you learned and can apply? And if you do sign up for Free Goals Report and you get your quiz up and running in 10 minutes, post that below too. I'd love to see that. That's really how to make things happen. Okay, David Wood signing out. Cheers.